What's going on, Anchor Squad? It's your boy Janka, bring y'all back at again with another reaction video. I'm going to be doing a full reaction to Welcome to Raccoon City. This is a Resident Evil live action movie. This is going to be trailer 1, 2, and 3 reaction and discussion. There was one video on YouTube that I was able to find that had the third trailer on it, and they also did a discussion analysis on it. I'm also going to be reacting to the movie and game comparison from the trailer. There's a video on that, and also I'm going to be reacting to the director's breakdown of the trailer on IGN. There's a video on that. I think it's like a 5-minute video or whatever, but I'm gonna be reacting to all that. So this is like an ultimate trailer reaction video or whatever, if you whatever you want to call it. So let's dive right into this thing, man. I'm super excited. Can't wait for this movie to come out. I've been waiting for these trailers to come out, to be honest. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is insane. I know that the movie comes out November 24th, and I do know that the movie is supposed to be like 140 minutes or something like that. So I guess that's enough time to combine the first and second Resident Evil games into one movie. But we'll have to see. You know, a lot of stuff is gonna get cut off. Hopefully Mr. X is in it. But hey, without further ado, let's check this out.
What are you doing out hitchhiking on a night like this, eh? Used to live here, you said. Raccoon City. Better you.
Actually, I want to increase the gamma on this.
What are you doing out hitchhiking on a night like this, eh?
Crazy.
Used to live here, you said. Raccoon City. Better you than me.
Watch out!
So the fact that Claire is in the truck with him, that's different, to be honest.
Hello?
Get the dog eating the blood.
Honey, we need to go now.
RPD looks just like the game.
Claire, why are you back here?
This whole town's been poisoned. If we don't contain this, it could threaten the whole world.
Shall we go?
This is gonna be sick, man. I like the fact. I mean, yeah, some of the costumes aren't all that, but look at that, straight from the game.
What were Umbrella doing here?
They were experimenting on him.
This is my life's work.
Oof,
I'm not giving it to anybody.
that's crazy.
Vickers, this is Cheap Irons. Pick up your damn radio.
Dang, Vickers is always on. Vickers is always chickening out and stuff, doing some dumb stuff. But I think that's the helicopter crashing into the mansion. That's weird. That's different. Okay. Liquor. Honk.
I'm gonna destroy this place.
I think that was Lisa Trevor.
I just really want to get out of this town.
Ooh. That was crazy. So from that first trailer, it was crazy. Like they didn't give us a whole lot. The best graphic was from the liquor. The least favorite was probably Birkin and his stage 3. I guess we're only gonna get stage 3 because it looks like they were on the train. And you know, the train scene is towards the end, or is the end of Resident Evil 2. So I don't think we're gonna get his final form as what we got in the video game, which is fine with me. But they need to tighten up the graphics or the CGI for Birkin and a little bit for the dog. Yeah, they got time to, you know, the movie don't come out for another month, but I'm pretty sure they probably still been working on it up to this point as well. It's not like they saw everyone's reaction and just like, hey, we're gonna go back and fix it now. I'm pretty sure they've been getting feedback. And they only gave the person that was making the trailer like certain footages, and they was like, okay, we're gonna give you this, so just incorporate this, and we're gonna go with that. But yeah, I mean that first trailer I just saw was fine. It was good. It has some suspenseful stuff. It has some scary stuff. It's tailored more to the game than the Milla Jovovich movies. You know, yeah, I know how those went. I think the best one was the first one. After that, just went downhill. They did my boy Nemesis wrong in those movies. It's crazy, but hopefully this one does well, so that way we could probably end up seeing Nemesis or like Code Veronica, whatever. So, but let's carry on with this.
Every story has a beginning. Discover the origin of evil.
Why are you back here, Claire? Your conspiracies weren't true when we were kids. They're not true now.
Someone told me that this has like copyright music in this one, so once that starts playing, I'm gonna probably have to mute the
I'm afraid, Claire.
the video over there, just for copyright stuff.
Have an incident. I'm talking Chernobyl, if you know what I mean. People are getting sick.
That looks so fake.
Let the world know it's
The truck turning like that looks so fake. The dog.
We have to contain this.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell it's a low budget movie. I think it was like $48 million movie, but the Mortal Kombat movie was like 55 million. They made over 100 some million worldwide. So I guess that's what they're gonna do with these video game movies now, is keep it low budget, and then they make some money. They make money. I think that, hey, it's crazy though. It's crazy. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I mean, yeah, Leon looks different, but I'm fine with that. Jill looks different. It's fine. I could look past that. Yep. Dang, that's crazy. The guy already getting bit. And oh yeah, I did see that Ichi tasted, which is a reference from one of the like files in the games. It's crazy. Yeah, the liquor looks dope. The liquor looked dope in that though. I hope they show the full story behind Lisa Trevor and everything, because it's very depressing. Lisa Trevor's story is very depressing. If you played the first Resident Evil, and then if you did a little bit of research about her family and why she wears her mother's face on her and everything, it's just so sad, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But let's check out this third trailer and breakdown and everything. Let's see how I think this video is from Project Wesker channel. So the link for all these videos will be posted down in the description, so that way you guys can go check it out and follow and subscribe to their channels as well. So let's check this one out. Got a nice little intro to his videos.
So hi everyone, my name is Zetter and welcome to another Project Wesker video. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting and breaking down the latest trailer of Welcome to Raccoon City. Now this is actually trailer number 3. And right before we get started, I'd just like to mention that I actually was somewhat hesitant to make this video since it was such a short video compared to the other trailers. But after reading one of my viewers' comments, so shout out to Citizen Void, he actually asked for this video, so thank you so much. And so the next time that any news pops up, I'm gonna just do a video right away, since you guys have actually been really liking my breakdowns. But before we get started, I just wanted to say, to avoid being repetitive, every time I see a scene that I've already reacted to in a previous video, I'll just state that and I'll just skip unless that scene provides anything new to add. And I'll also leave a tag on the top right of the video so you guys can see my previous trailer breakdown of Welcome to Raccoon City. And if this is your first time here, consider subscribing because I post about everything that has to do about Resident Evil every single week. And also if there's any newer information that releases, and that could be in the form of an interview or another trailer, I'll actually leave a link to that updated video with that newer info down in the comments and in the description. So you guys can always come back and you guys can just check for updates. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that, and this is something that I've actually mentioned in my previous videos, is that I know that there's a ton of negativity about this movie. I know a lot of fans.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've heard of a lot of negativity to the movie and to the trailers and stuff in terms of how they look. Like they're saying Jill don't look exactly like her game counterpart. You know, Leon looks different race or whatever. But I mean, it's 2021, man. Like you see different genders, you see different, you know, ethnicities playing different roles or whatever. Like, I mean, they swapped what's his name in Black Widow, Taskmaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, as long I still think that movie was decent still. But I mean, it is what it is. I could look past a lot of things. I still think Jill's gonna get her costume from the original game by the end of the movie. I think Claire's gonna have her hair in a ponytail by the end of the movie or sometime in the movie or whatever. You know, like I could look past a lot of things, and as long as they're great actors and actresses and know how to carry and they give the character justice and do a good job. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. You know. But let's finish this video though.
Fans are upset about them changing a couple of things, like small details concerning outfits and hair, or bigger details like combining the first 2 games into one story. And I just want you guys to know that I won't be nitpicking for a lot of. I'm
fine with them combining both games into one story, to be honest, because they probably like, you know, you're not always guaranteed a sequel. You know, you're not always guaranteed a sequel, and they probably wanted enough storyline or enough stuff to tell in a 2-hour or some movie or whatever, you know. So I could dig it. I'm fine with
details. You know, my mentality going into this movie is that, you know, it's probably not going to be perfect.
Oh, and to let y'all know, the girl that's playing Jill was the enemy in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So she's worked with Marvel Studios. So she's not just some person that they just picked up and was like, "Hey, we want you to play Jill." Like she's been around in the movie business. You know, like just look at some of her work. Like I think she did a couple scenes in Tomb Raider. You know, I mean that was more of like a supporting type of task, but every scene that she's been in, I enjoyed her being in it. So I'm looking forward to her being Jill. Plus, they probably looking ahead of time, like, okay, who can they cast as good as Jill that, you know, if they go into Resident Evil 3, who's going to be good going up against Nemesis or whatever. Like, she looks badass, though. She looks badass. So, yeah, she got curly hair, whatever, but, like, she looks badass, though. And I think she could pull it off. I think by the time, like, when y'all see this movie and stuff, I think by the end of it, y'all gonna be like, okay, that's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. And then y'all just gonna get used to it. You just get used to it, and then by the time the sequel comes out, you can be like, okay, whatever. I could dig it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, they're already comparing it to like the Mila Jovovich. They comparing it to to the animated Resident Evil, to the games. Like that's the thing about video game movies. You got so much stuff you could compare it to where you just start nitpicking.
Hopefully, it's just better than those Mila Jovovich or Paul W.S. Anderson movies.
Right.
Since, us Resident Evil fans have gotten burned quite badly with those movies. So I get it, right? I understand why people are quick to judge the movie. But I just want you guys to know that I'm going into this movie being cautiously optimistic. And of course, when the movie does drop,
I'm going to have my Resident Evil
month,
shirt on.
You guys can definitely guarantee that I'm going to be doing a review, a proper Resident Evil fans review of this movie. But in any case, let's get started with the breakdown. All right, so the first scene, we see Chris looking at that iconic scene of that first encounter with the zombie. Next, we see Johann Robert talking about doing a director's commentary of the trailer or the movie. Yeah, we've already seen this picture of Welcome to Raccoon City. Yeah, we've seen this picture of the STARS team entering the mansion. Next, we see a scene of somebody opening a key in a hidden location. Now, there's pictures in the background. Now, this leads me to believe, right? This is definitely my theory. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I do remember playing Resident Evil 2 Remake, and there was a lot of like painted, like it looked like children painted the
orphanage stuff.
And that's what
definitely.
that looks like right here behind the hand. And next we see that same, it looks like it's that same scene, but this time we see Leon and Claire. Now we've already seen this, but the character on the left, now if we look at 1 millisecond right after this shot, we actually see that this appears to be Lisa Trevor. And so this is actually very strange, right?
Lisa Trevor wearing her mother's face.
Never an ally to the characters. So this scene's a little weird.
That is weird that, they do got Claire and Leon with Lisa Trevor. That is kind of weird, but it's fine. It's all right.
Claire and Leon in the games never actually had an interaction with Lisa Trevor, since Lisa Trevor was only located in the Resident Evil 1 mansion. And so yeah, it's very interesting that we're seeing all these characters, and it almost looks like they're being nice to her, right? This doesn't look like they're surprised that she's going with them. So that leads me to believe that in this movie, Lisa Trevor's role is definitely going to be different than that of the games, right? I'm assuming that maybe she'll be a good guy. She'll lead Claire and Leon towards the secret that's in the orphanage. Now, I'm only assuming that this is the orphanage. It does kind of look like an orphanage back here. I mean, back there, right next to Leon, we actually see a chalkboard, and we see a bunch of tables, like a mess everywhere. Behind, it looks like there's a lot of big windows. Yeah, it does kind of look like the orphanage, and we actually do see a picture of the orphanage later on in this trailer. Yeah, this is just the second shot of this. Yeah, it's just a wider shot. We do see a little bit more. So this is what leads me to believe that these two scenes, the scene with the key insert and the painted wall in the background, and this scene with Lisa Trevor, Leon, and Claire is the same location. All right, then after we see the same scene that we've seen before with Chris talking to his sister, "Why are you back here, Claire?" Now this next scene is very interesting because this is definitely a cave. Now I'm curious if this is the same scene that we saw in the games. I think it was in the courtyard. It was somewhere below the courtyard. I think this, when you go in the cave and you have to like get that little crank, and you have to move like the floor around, and then later on you get attacked by hunters. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I played the original Resident Evil 1 game. All right, then the next scene, we already seen that scene with the STARS entering the mansion.
Yep.
We see Leon, which looks to be in the police station. Claire looking out in the looking straight behind the camera. Oh, and here we have a new scene. Now this is William Birkin, and this seems like it's probably the start of the outbreak, since in my previous trailer breakdown we did see a scene of William Birkin talking to Sherry and saying, "Honey, we have to go." I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember the exact words, but yeah, this looks like it's probably the start of the outbreak. William Birkin probably knows that there's an outbreak, so you can see back there Annette's probably talking to Sherry. So this is probably this is probably before that scene of, "Hey, honey, we have to get out of the city." Then after we see Jill, we see them entering the library, and we also hear Wesker saying
split up,
which I think is always funny to hear in horror movies, and of course that does occur in Resident Evil 1, so that's really funny. And then after we see another shot of that same bald zombie, and it looks like that lady is recently transforming into a zombie. Then after we see that same scene, somebody's walking up the stairs in an umbrella. This looks like the lab area. And just a short disclaimer, this trailer actually got released on the Resident Evil Twitter page, and so the quality of the video wasn't the best. It was a little choppy at times, and so so that's why the screenshots sometimes don't look that HD. That's the reason. But anyways, after we just see a comparison shot,
see this right here, look, like even the orphanage looks like the same, like one for one. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That is insane.
Movie versus the game. Now, we actually did see this set photo back, I think, in my first trailer, or not trailer, but my first breakdown of everything that we know so far about Welcome to Raccoon City video. And so yeah, it's really cool to see that, you know, that there's a lot of attention to detail. And then in this scene, the director does mention that, yeah, like, you know, they copied everything from, you know, the way that the truck driver eats his burger, you know, the way that the truck looks in the shots, you know, everything from the way they built the mansion to the police station. This is all information that we already known, so I'll just skip through that. And here's a better look of RPD. Yeah, this is a really great shot here of you know, a comparison. Next we see Claire and what looks to be, oh, you know what? This is a target practice room. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a target practice room in the basement level right next to the parking lot of the RPD. So I wonder if that's the same room. That'd be really cool to see, you know, and I'm curious to see during the whole movie if, you know, we're gonna see similar hallways to the video game. Since there's so much attention to detail, you know, that would just, yeah, be really cool to see. Yeah, then we see that same scene of Leon telling Claire, shall we go? Yeah, the director's just commenting here that this is a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
The CGI shot of the liquor. This is all stuff that we've seen before, the dog. Now this scene is very interesting. Now we've already seen how William is going to look in his form, right, as soon as he transforms in with the G virus. But I didn't know, and if you guys remember me mentioning this in the previous videos, I didn't know what form of G this was. But here we actually have a better look at this scene that I've already reacted to, but you know, we didn't see
bird
this
face
first initial
form.
shot. But we see G ripping through this what looks to be a train. And obviously, you know, since we've all played the game, we know that the train part of the game happens at the end of the game.
Right.
And so this begs the question, right? This leads me to believe that this is actually
I think the train even looks similar.
Of G. And since, you know, they're attacking them, this is probably them all on the train and they're leaving Raccoon City, and G's on top of the train literally ripping, you know, he's, you know, they thought that they got away from him, that they're all safe, and obviously no, he's ripping the top of the cart. And then we see another shot, Chris, and he says, oh my god. And this looks like the same scene, right? I mean, if we go back,
in the back?
We see there's like these little holes on the side of this train, and in the scene where Chris says, oh my god, it's the same scene, right? It's the same location, and judging by everything, right, I'm just guessing, I'm assuming that this is the train. And then right behind Chris, that does look like Sherry, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what Citizen Void actually wrote in his comment. And yeah, very interesting. So this is a short trailer, but we did get a new look, you know, a better look at scenes. And like I said, this is a very important scene because this just tells us that this form of G seems to be the final form. And so this is where we actually started the scene in the previous trailer, is him ripping through the top. But before, I assumed that it was
be honest,
just
though,
roof or something like that. Anyway,
to be honest, though, I don't mind. Well, I don't mind the third form being the final form. It makes it a little bit more interesting, I guess, because the blob was just a blob at the end with the train thing. And I guess it was just trying to eat the train. But either way, I think both will be, if both iterations would have been fine. If they did either or, I think it would have still been fine. Plus, they don't want you to know exactly what's going to happen, so they probably have to mix it up a bit. So it's fine. I'm fine with it.
Anyways, yeah, he's just entering, and you can actually see on the left side in this last shot, yeah, he's just ripping that train like it's, you know, he's ripping through it like butter. And then we see the title of the movie, and then after in this last shot, yeah, it's the same scene that we saw in the previous video of Chris using his lighter and then, you know, seeing that zombie that was hiding in the dark. All right, so that was the end of the third trailer with the director's commentary. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys excited about this movie, like kind of like me, but also being very cautiously optimistic, or are you guys just very kind of like, nah, I'm not gonna watch this. This looks
I'm gonna watch it.
It's gonna be as bad as Mila Jovovich. Let me know your thoughts. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to knife that like button and shoot that subscribe button in the face. And remember to punch that notification bell so that you guys never miss a video. And I also want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed. We're almost at 500 subscribers, which is just crazy. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
The right to be a god.
That was a great video, man. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel, Project Wesker. The links to these videos will be posted down in the description. So the next video we're going to do is like a 1.5 minute video on the Welcome to Raccoon City game versus movie comparison. And then after that, I'm going to be reacting to the director's breakdown of the Resident Evil trailer. So without further ado, let's check this one out. Amateur move.
For more on Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, why not watch the
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go right into the director's react or breakdown of the video. But that right there lets you know that they put hard work into the video, like the movie. Like they, for them to get blueprints and to get everything down to the core of how things look, that takes time and effort and a lot of care from the director. That right there in itself is better than the Milla Jovovich movies, because those, they just slap some stuff in there and then slap Alice in there and was like, hey, Resident Evil. So let's check this last video out. This is the trailer breakdown with the director, Johannes Roberts. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Johannes Roberts, the director of Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. I'm here to break down the trailer for you.
Every story has a beginning. Discover the origin of evil.
Claire arrives in Raccoon City looking for her brother, Chris. She grew up in Raccoon City in the orphanage with her brother and ran away when she was just a child. And she's now back. Claire Redfield is a very haunted soul who ran away from Raccoon City when she was very young because she saw some things and she feels it's an evil place where there's some nefarious things going on. And she has spent her, the last few years reinforcing her knowledge on Umbrella.
We need to expose Umbrella. Watch this.
I'm afraid, Claire. I'm afraid of what they're gonna do to this town.
In this scene, Claire is playing a videotape of a character that we'll see more of in the movie called Ben Bertolucci.
Okay.
Who is a conspiracy theorist on Umbrella and who's been feeding Claire with information.
I wonder where some of those images are in the back.
He believes are Umbrella's evil doings. William Birkin is a major role in this movie, which really does draw a lot of its influence from the second Resident Evil game. And we will see a lot of Birkin throughout the movie. And he's a really interesting and quite a complex character in this film.
You see, Umbrella, they had an incident. I'm talking Chernobyl, if you know what I mean.
Lisa Trevor was a really great character for this movie because not been in any of the other movies before.
Right.
In the game, she's quite a haunted, tragic, but terrifying character, and I really wanted to take that and bring that into this movie. So she's pretty scary, but she's also really quite tragic.
Yeah, definitely.
I really wanted this movie to reflect the game.
And to let y'all know, she does have like the miniature tentacles like Nemesis has, or she has the same like Nemesis or a pre-developed Nemesis parasite in her or something I read.
Good in many ways. So with the police station, for instance, and the mansion, we contacted Capcom, or we were working hand in hand with Capcom, to be honest, and they gave us the actual blueprints for the police station and the mansion, so we could build a life version of the game. So it was super fun doing
That's
that kind of
crazy.
stuff.
I like that.
The truck driver was actually my way into the script when I was writing it. I was so obsessed with the second game when I was writing this movie, and so we really do use the opening of the second game heavily.
Right.
This movie is very heavily based around Leon Kennedy's first day on his job as per the games, but particularly the first Resident Evil 2, not the remake. I really wanted to go back to nerdy, geeky Leon Kennedy.
Okay.
Chief Irons in this movie is a very large role, and Donald Logue really, I just sort of let him go. You know, we wound him up and let him go, and he
just let him go. He probably gonna do some crazy stuff in his role.
There's humor in it, but he's a bad man, but he's not he's not evil. He's in the script he's described as someone who's counting down his days till he can go on the golf course and collect his pension, and he's this sort of slightly overweight, amazing. He's all about that moustache, but he's a fantastic role in this movie.
Dang.
It was really important to me in this movie to scare people and to create a kind of dark, creepy atmosphere.
It's gonna be like a horror thing, jump scares, and then whoo, man, it's gonna be so crazy. I can already tell
that maybe had been missing from the previous movies, which were much more action. So it's super, obviously visually dark movie, but my influences were really heavily 70s. So kind of on some of the
Dawn of the Dead, the original
the game, obviously all the Romero movies, but also some slightly more classic
Exorcist,
like The Exorcist, and just 70s filmmaking in general.
That's crazy.
Very heavily influencing this movie, and John Carpenter. I mean, you'll see throughout the trailer, it has a sort of Precinct 13 vibe, which was key to this movie. Without a doubt, the hardest thing about this movie was the zombies, because there's so much history and weight when you do a zombie movie, weight of people's expectations. Are they slow zombies? Are they fast zombies? Are they Romero zombies?
Probably gonna be a combination.
Snyder's zombies. It was so important to me to scare people whilst giving them, you know, I'm a very classic person in my taste, and so I wanted that kind of Romero feel to it, but I needed these zombies to be scary and disturbing. Right. But yeah, we do a mixture of fast and slow, because there is different zombies in the game. The Crimson Head and people, you know, turning and getting sick, and there's a lot of variety in
Crimson Head. The fact that he said Crimson Head, that lets you know that he has a good attention to detail. The fact that he even mentioned Crimson Heads, that's crazy.
The things I had to do in this movie was to somehow combine the two games, the mansion and the police station. And obviously they in gaming world they don't take place together, you know, in the same timeline. But I really wanted that to happen within the same timeline here. So I had to condense that into the narrative. But I think it works really super well. So you have the whole Alpha team going to find Bravo team, whilst Claire comes in to find her brother, and the two narratives work concurrently. The eagle-eyed amongst viewers might notice this video from Code Veronica, which is Ashford twins. I always found it a really disturbing little video, so I really wanted to put it into this movie. We bring it in a little in some of the experimentations that Dr. Birkin is doing. But I always really just wanted to recreate that video. I found it disturbing for some reason.
Yeah, it is disturbing.
We actually Capcom gave us proper game footage, and I use a little tiny shot in the movie of the real Ashford twins footage in there. I snuck it in. What we have when the film starts is Claire coming into town, and she starts to see that it's, Raccoon City in this movie is a ghost town, and the people in the town are very sick. And we really tried to create a very Stephen King kind of vibe of this dying town and creepy people staring behind windows and stuff.
That is crazy.
We should split up.
With the interiors of both the police station and the mansion, the key interiors, so the main lobby of the police station, the main lobby of the mansion, the library, we were literally one-to-one. If we could, as much as I possibly could, we literally recreated these locations exactly. It was actually really nerdily fun to walk onto those locations that you've been playing, the game you've been playing, and then walking onto the locations. I can't really explain it. I've never had that experience before, but it's very fun. The helicopter sequence here.
Right, that sequence is way different. Like I said before, that the fact that it's crashing into the mansion versus the RPD is different, but it's all right.
Is a little bit of the second game with the helicopter smashing into the police station. I transferred it to the first game, mixing it with our storyline of Vickers, the cowardly helicopter pilot. I sort of grabbed a bit of two and a bit of one, put it together here. What the? Most people will recognize this is the very iconic turnaround zombie sequence, which is really the first time we see a zombie in the computer games. And I wanted to recreate this as closely as possible in the movie. And we had so much fun doing it. And the guy was the strangest. He was that zombie. He recreated the moves, and it was crazy. But it was a great fun sequence to shoot, and it just sort of fell together really well, and we had a lot of fun with it. I really wanted to use Itchy Tasty in this movie because I just always found that little document. I found the phrase just really disturbing, so I wanted to use it in the movie.
Itchy Tasty.
I wouldn't want to give too much away while talking about the creatures in this movie, but we had a lot of fun with all the different monsters. I tried to get in as many as I possibly could. I was like a big kid on this movie.
Man, if he was able to get a lot, even if he got like crows and spiders in this thing, man, it's gonna be crazy. So I would think he hopefully he got like the snake in it or like the plant people thing. That would be crazy, bro. Like if it's crazy.
And again, we worked very closely with Capcom. We got all their designs and references, and we would use them, or we'd always use that as a starting point. Sometimes changing or beefing up. We obviously had to use the liquor. Any Resident Evil movie that's trying to go back to the roots of it all.
Right.
So it was great fun to bring the liquor into the movie again. And we did a lot of designs. We did, we actually tried all kinds of crazy designs. Tried to like completely reimagine it. And once we sort of got past that, then we actually went very classic, really faithful. Again, worked with Capcom to get their original designs of the liquor and just created our own version from that. It's really cool. The liquor
that looks dope.
In this movie is just amazing. Thank you for watching the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City trailer with me.
I think I said crazy like so many times, but it's just
the movie is out
gotta
on
love
December
it.
24th.
Like, they put so much work into this. That right there is insane. That is insane. I really do like all the hard work that the team has put into it and everything like that. Man, I cannot wait for this to come out. I really cannot wait for this thing to come out. I'm super excited. I know some people are still skeptical about it, but you know, your boy is gonna still go and watch it. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna go in there with my Resident Evil, you know, shirt on and everything like that. Get my popcorn, have a good time. Comes out November 24th, so that's a Wednesday. The Wednesday right before Thanksgiving. I'm highly looking forward to it. Dang, this is gonna be crazy. We're gonna have a good time with this. I think even for those that don't like the trailers or whatever, I think a lot of them are probably gonna go see it, and then they're gonna give their opinions about it. But you do have to respect the fact, or you do have to give them credit that they're tailoring a lot of things to the video game, and they're not going with the whole Alice in Wonderland or Alice whatever stuff. So I really do appreciate that, man. But without further ado, if y'all like my reaction to this, post your comments down below, like and share with all your friends, subscribe to the channel for more reaction videos. Make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. J Anchor hold it down for 100,000 subscribers, and J Anchor